You know what time it is, friends. We are going to do some dirt cheap repackaging. How can we get our food repackaged and protected for very little cost so we can spend more money on the contents going inside? I've got to show you this dog, how big he's getting. 2 more days, guys, and he is going to be 9 months old, and he's already bigger than our Saint Bernard. And he's wiped out. All right, let's get started here. We'll start with this oil container. You know what an oil container is. I haven't washed it yet. It's got 1 little drop left. But this will hold almost 3 pounds of rice, beans, popcorn, any kind of grain. Great container. I do put oxygen absorbers in there with the grains, and I tape the lid shut. And then I stack these in a bin. If you lay them flat like this, they stack up on each other perfectly. I have some raisins here that need to get repackaged, and I'm going to jump around because I'm going to use this container. This was 2 pounds of Knorr chicken bouillon. Okay, now let me tell you something. I don't use chicken bouillon a lot, bouillon in general, so I'm going to share it with a friend. So what I did is I packaged it in 2 different mason jars here. This is mine. It just has the label, so I know what the contents is. And then for hers, this is another pound. I actually wrote on here, you know, you need 1 cup of water, blah, blah, blah. So, sharing with a friend because I don't want it to go bad. And that's something I want you all to consider. If you have something like that you just have a lot of and you know you can't use it before it's not going to be good anymore, please share with friends. Anybody would be happy to get 1 pound of good quality chicken bouillon. I'm just saying. Always share. We've got a cornstarch container, and I simply just filled up my cornstarch container here. So now I have this empty container. It'll hold 1 pound of rice, beans, any grain. It's wonderful for dehydrated foods because it keeps the light off of them. And let me tell you something, because I dehydrate a lot of food, and I love the way it looks in the jars. It's beautiful in a clear jar. But it's gonna stay longer and be prettier if we put it in something that light can't get to. That's just a fact. So I'm starting to think a little bit differently about the way some of my things are packaged, and I am going to be making some changes. This right here, look at this. I paid $6.50 for this. It's empty. I packed it on 8 of 22, 4 pounds of pure cane sugar. It's empty now. It's already put in our kitchen. And I'm probably going to go ahead and put sugar in it again, because let me tell you, not only did I pack it 2 years ago, but I had the sugar in a 1-gallon Ziploc baggie inside of this. It was not clumpy. It flowed right out of the container. And like I said, I had it stored outside in the shed. So I'm going to do the exact same thing and just keep rolling with sugar in these containers. Right here, these 3 containers contain this Kachava. All right, Kachava, and this is the chocolate flavor. You use 2 heaping scoops with 12 to 14 ounces of water. And that's why I am so in love with this idea of this chocolate Kachava, because last year, and for those of you who don't know, I have lupus, and in the wintertime, I get really bad exasperations, and I have a hard time eating. And last year, I lost a ton of weight in the wintertime, and I really don't want that happening again. And I was using Carnation Instant Breakfast, but that requires milk. I'm lactose intolerant. Just everything about it wasn't working for me, and I found out it's actually not healthy at all. So this winter, if those things happen, I have Kachava. Each helping is 240 calories, and you just mix it with water. This is a fantastic supplement to have on hand. Let me show you the container if you want to look it up and find out all you can about it. That's a whole nother video. Right here, this cashew container, it's empty because the little bit that was left I put in this container. And that's what I like to do when things, I don't like having these big containers with very little product left in them, because all they're doing is taking up unnecessary space. So now I can use this to pack something else in. Behind this is this Adam's peanut butter jar. Our friend Joe gave us this, and it happened to have to about right here. About a third of the jar was filled with citric acid. Well, I also had a bag of citric acid, so I went ahead and combined the two, and this half-gallon jar is filled to the absolute tippy top. Citric acid, probably more than I'll ever need, but I definitely could share some with some friends if they needed some, and that makes me happy. And I also have this Cool Whip container. They're great for leftovers, just absolutely anything. Don't throw these away. I like having these when I want to send leftovers with somebody else home, because then I can say, just throw the container out when you're done, and I don't have to worry about losing good Tupperwares. So there you have it, friends. These are just some of the ways I'm happen to be repackaging this week. And you know, I've repackaged in pretty much anything I can get my hands on that is food safe. Keep stacking it to the rafters, friends. But I'm telling you, if you don't protect your investment, you could end up with mice or bugs or rats. I mean, really bad things could happen to your food if you're trying to store it for long term. So when you bring it home, get it transferred into something sturdier and stronger, and hopefully you'll never have any of those issues. All right, friends, give us a thumbs up, subscribe and share, and we're going to be talking to you really soon. Yeah, bless and keep every single one of you.